Hello, my name is Wildly of Wildly Tarot, and this is your Moonday message beginning December 21st, 2020, and is good for this week. And really moving into the new year. I'm super excited to share with you what the cards gave me this morning. And as we begin, I just want to say happy solstice, as well as happy great conjunction, whatever that might mean for you. The energies that are available to us right now are incredibly complex. So make sure you're being really gentle with yourself, giving yourself space if you need it, asking for company and connection if that feels more supportive. But just know that even with the beautiful reading that is available for us, the beautiful energy that is coming for us this week, it can still feel ungrounded. It can still feel a little topsy-turvy as things shift in an astrological and macrocosmic way. So with that being said, let's dive in. Today is a magical portal for us on this planet. We are making the shift from being in an earth sign, materialist cosmology in an astrological way into an air sign, into an expansive quality. And it's being marked here with this alchemical conjunction with Saturn and Jupiter, which brings about two what may seem like conflicting energies into a space of teaching us how to hold them both and have the capacity for both without having to think of it in a dualistic way, right? So we have Saturn, the taskmaster, all about commitment, drive, being solid and grounded and making those daily stoic steps toward whatever the goal or plan is. And then we have Jupiter, the giver of luck and great tidings and all sorts of expansion. And we have these two coming together. So we are learning collectively how to live in expansive Aquarian thinking while also being in these physical bodies. We're learning how to take the steps from scarcity mindset and survival mode and recognizing that we actually have enough for everyone. We just have to think expansively and step out of the thinking where it's all me and mine instead of us and ours, or rather the planets. It's a step from ownership into belonging is the sensation that I'm receiving in my channel. And this is what the cards are supporting. So the main energy this week I felt between these two cards. This is the conjunction. This is the alchemical marriage that is occurring. We've got the Ten of Swords with the Star. So diving into the Ten of Swords. The swords are where our heart lies, our actions, our passion, and the tens are always about completing a cycle. We are coming to the end of a spiral and being offered the opportunity to choose. Do we dive back into the spiral? Are we going to stay trapped by all of our choices, by all of the things that we have previously thought were true? In the light of this year 2020, where so many things that were once held as true have been shown to be vastly, vastly untrue. They did not have solid ground underneath them. They weren't working for all of us. There's just been a lot of unveiling this year for us as a people. And it has carried with it a lot of grief, a lot of heaviness, a lot of choices, as well as feeling as though we have been othered, not fitting in, being polarized and divided. And this week we have an opportunity collectively to choose to let that go. Energetically, we're being so supported to step into something new. And this Ten of Swords says to me, we just need to pick ourselves up and look beyond what this year has been, to the possibilities, to the fireworks that are ahead, to the great potentiality that is possible If we step out of our small, linear, looking only at my particular story timeline into the more expansive timeline of us, to the more expansive timeline of our small planet in the midst of the galaxy, in the midst of the universe, just recognizing that there is a much bigger picture that we are all playing a part in. And if we can allow that wounding and that fear and that scarcity to soften, then we can receive the message from the star. And the star card is all about freedom and motion and dreams and hope and the possibility of something better. And not only that there is a possibility, but that we have the agency and the power to support making that happen when we come into alignment with the world and the universe around us. When we recognize that we are in these potent times, and instead of resisting or fighting, we step into the current and we go in the flow. We go in the direction of the change that is already afoot rather than resisting. The star says it can be fun. It can be curious. It can be lively. We can take this energy and use it to our advantage. So for myself, maybe others of you are feeling this, I've had a real resistance and rebellion to certain parts of discipline or certain parts of being told what to do, even if it's me telling me what to do. And this Saturn-Jupiter conjunction offers us the opportunity to see that scaffolding, that groundwork, that support that we place for ourselves actually helps us to expand even more. When we can put in a routine for ourselves that is very, very nourishing and supportive, that takes care of our sleep and our exercise and our food and our habitat and our hearts and our social structures, that we can reach for the stars even more fully because our body and our nervous system is cared for. That's just one way in which this star energy might be helping us to align. If you lean more on the Saturn side and you are a bit timid or fearful of expansiveness, this conjunction can help open up within you the opportunity to take a risk, to step out of your comfort zone, to see what it feels like to loosen the routine a little bit. We can take these energies and play with them in ways that are maybe not in our comfort zone so that we can expand our capacity to hold both, because they truly are actually one thing that our minds and our culture have split up for us. It's all just life. We can't expand without structure, and we can't really feel alive in our structure unless we are continually expanding. So they work hand in hand. They work in tandem for us individually as we move through our life's journey. And I'm really excited about this card, the final card, the medicine card. Why are we moving through this? Why are we collectively moving through this threshold? Why are we stepping into this age of Aquarius? Why are we moving into 2021, the year of the High Priest, the year of taking up space with our truth, with our voice? Rejuvenation. We are stepping in to rejuvenation. In other tarot decks, this is judgment. We are stepping into the time of right relationship and a recognition that when we come into right relationship with others, with all the sentient beings on this planet, plants, animals, things that we don't understand, that we're not aware of, when we come into right relationship with other cultures, with other peoples, when we start to recognize our thread of the dream weave that we are all collectively co-creating, and recognizing that we all affect and influence one another, we can then rebirth ourselves. We can let go of the stories. We can let go of shame. We can let go of guilt. We can let go of scarcity. We can let go of feeling small. We can let go of internalized oppression. and we can rebirth, recognizing our own power, our own potency, and our own agency, as well as making space for others to do the same. For all sentient life on this planet to have space, to have their own truth, and to work collectively so that life can happen in a joyful and spirited way, and not from a place of fear or from a place of ignorance where we are causing harm instead of working together cohesively as the whole that we are. So this is what's possible when we step through this threshold, when we allow ourselves to create self-care, to take care of our bodies, to take care of our psyches, to take care of our hearts. When we create that structure so that we're moving very methodically into the future towards goals and dreams, as well as towards supporting the planet and supporting others and their goals and dreams. When we are working towards making a life that contains equity for all, that contains compassion, we are coming into right relationship in all ways. When we care for ourselves, we care for each other. And when we care for each other, we care for ourselves. And that is what we are moving into, an expansive space where we can begin to think outside of the box and recognize the importance of all from a grounded place. And the word that came forward for us this week, commitment. That's what we're being asked today and for this week, and really into the first few weeks of January. Are you prepared to make a commitment to yourself, to your own expansion, to your own grounded framework? Are you willing to take the time and commit to being your best and highest and supporting all around you in doing the same? Even if it means that you might have to be uncomfortable, even if it means you might feel awkward, even if it's not fun, coming into alignment and making the commitment to be in alignment in as many ways as possible is the truest and quickest way for all of us to begin seeing one another and really being present with what is here in this moment. And it is in that presence that we can collectively make a change. I hope this message serves you. I hope you have everything that you need. And if you are interested in working with me deeper, I am releasing today the pre-order for the first module of Root and Bone Work. Module 1 is about shame. And for myself, shame has been one of the first steps that I had to move through in order to begin my personal process of self-liberation. And I firmly believe that liberating the self and really getting clear on the boxes that we are working with inside our minds is the best way to begin to be our best selves, to feel good, to feel supported in this life, and to find our people, to find our frequency and show up on this planet in the way that we are being asked to show up. So if shame is something that you've worked with in this lifetime, if it's a relationship that you would like to dive into and soften, if shame is a place where it still has a big hook and causes a lot of emotional triggers, I invite you to join me. Root and Bone Work Module 1, Shame, starts Dark Moon January, and you'll have access to the materials for 90 days so that you can work at your own pace and really get what you want from the material. It includes guided meditation, an embodiment practice, journal prompts, as well as some tarot offerings, some discussion on tarot cards to support shame, as well as several spreads that you can use in your own reflection and investigation of how shame lives in your body. I hope that that speaks to you. And if so, please check out the link in the show notes or in the bio and join me. Other than that, enjoy solstice today. Enjoy this week. Allow yourself to be with the intense energies that are present and see what emerges. Take good care. We'll see you next Monday.